Can you build a 30-year-old BMW, put a V8 in it, and make it better than a
2012 C63 AMG?
We'll let you be the judge. Alright, so both of these have a lot of similarities. They're both European, both four-door, both white, and they both have V8s. But we're going to bring Sean to tell us a little bit more about the engine setups. He knows more about the engines than I do.
It's M156, which is a 6.2 litre quad cam German motor. They rev, they make power, they make torque. Handcrafted by AMG. It was the first motor by AMG put in a production car. This motor and this makes 480 horsepower at the crank stock. So in Liam's BMW, you've got one of the best motors of all time, the trusty LS1. So this is a 5.7 litre Chev motor. We got this one out of a Commodore. It's a great motor. We rebuilt this one, so when we rebuilt it, put some better bearings in it, bigger cam, valve springs, a few little upgrades. This LS1 would make somewhere around 240 kilowatt at the wheels. So and punches out big torque. So single cam, push rod setup. Very simple motor, but sometimes it's better just to keep it simple. It's a great little setup.
Alright, so that's the engines. This one has been hand built. This has been hand built by the Big Q. But we're going to take you on to the next section. So a lot of this car has been bought off eBay, Amazon, and definitely Facebook Market. So what do you guys reckon about the interior? So come and check it out. So Facebook Market, thank you for the leather seats and all the other stuff. The dash is super cracked, like super bad. So that's why we have a door mash on it. Just a couple little pedals. This thing was also automatic from the factory. So when we're doing the V8 swap, we put a manual in there too. So a couple little gauges, six-speed shifter in there. But you can't really tell too much. But it's just clean, simplistic, and yeah, goes pretty good. It's a very classy car. Also, another thing that these cars do have in common, they both have sunroofs. This one tilts up and also slides back in. Unfortunately, I got a super long neck, so I do have to go a little bit Habibi style, just so I don't hit my head. But now, it is what it is. All right, Sean, what do you tell us about yours?
This is a box stock lift C63. These cars have massive bolsters on them, which are a great factory car with big bucket seats. It's all leather. It's got a 7-speed automatic that comes with all the creature comforts. Got a reverse camera, paddle shifts, performance pack this one, so it's got suede on the steering wheel, half leather, half suede. You don't have to change anything, just comes nice from factory. So you can see it's a beautiful interior on the AMG, so I think classic, timeless look.
Yeah, so I'm definitely going to have to agree with this. You know, I do love my BMW, but this AMG does tick off a lot of boxes extremely well. You know, the seats, they're a bucket seat, they hold you in so much better than mine. Mine do look great, but they don't hold you as nearly as well as yours.
Yeah, these buckets are crazy. You sit in there and you don't move. It's actually crazy that they put this in a production car which went to the masses. Great, that's one of my favorite things about this car.
You know, mine also does have AC. Yours obviously does have AC. Stereos, well, I'm going to talk about that. Mine's in there, doesn't work, but it looks cool. I want to like to keep it somewhat authentic, even though I've completely changed everything. But well, that's what we're on about. We're about if you can build a car to a factory, pre-factory.
Yeah, it's factory, it's stock.
It handles actually bloody fantastic. When you took us out, I was bloody surprised.
German engineering from the mid 2000s, what came to the 2012. So yeah, no complaints. I've had a GDR, I've had a bunch of Skylines, S chassis, and this is by far the best handling car. It does have the performance pack, brakes, and it's got good Continental sports tyres and all the rest of it. It's a good mix of comfort, but it's also quite sporty. It's great.
Just thinking about that, probably one of the biggest differences against this is mine's a 6-speed manual,
7-speed auto.
I'm not a huge into autos or anything, but in this it shifts very quick and it's just bop like, and it still keeps that nice pure like old V8 sounds without that automatics being go it actually is pretty unreal.
Yeah, I'm a manual guy. The SS is manual. All my previous fun cars have been manual. This car's really fun in auto, and that's what I was most worried about. You jump in it and you smash through the gears, and It just loves it.
All right, so let's talk about wheels and tires and what actually grips down onto the road. So my wheels, Facebook Market. Tires, I've unfortunately snapped a lot of axles, CVs, so I've put some skinny tires in the back. Doesn't hook up the best, but it is bloody a lot more fun, and I haven't snapped anything since. 265 versus 215. Obviously, it's just physics. This is gonna get the grip. Like, this is faster, manual, it goes through the gears, like, it rips. It's more of an enthusiast car, go through the gears, brap, brap, brap. It's like, oh, you built that, it's sick. So, but it's definitely not perfect. It doesn't really stand up to this. I don't know, Sean, what do you reckon? Would you want to trade?
Yeah. in your dreams, mate.
Yeah, I would like this, but my heart is here. Like, I've had it for quite a while. Styling, you know, still 4 doors, both have trunks, all that sort of stuff. Depends what you like. I bought this BMW, it's cool. I was actually gonna flip it, and then I started driving around and I quite fell in love with it. It didn't look exactly like this, but I didn't have to change too much to get it to pretty much where I want. But on Sean's car,
bog stock performance pack C63. Haven't changed a thing. Stock suspension, carbon fiber wing, what comes on a performance pack, so it's a P31 package. Performance pack wheels, slightly different to your C63. They're alright, they're just stock, so that's cool. Got dark tint on mine and that's it, but it's all stock. That's kind of the thing with a C63, being the AMG. Come out the way I wanted it. The front end's got wide guards on it compared to a normal C-Class. You know, the front bar's bigger. This one's a facelift. The bonnet has some extra bulges on it. But it's all stock, it's a beautiful car. That's why I bought it like this.
All right, name one thing you could change on this or upgrade.
Supercharger.
Yeah. Now, why'd you pick this one? I know why'd you pick this one for, but let the viewers know.
So, as I've mentioned, this is a P31 package. So the P31s also come with forged bottom end from factory out of the SLS. So forged pistons, rods, and it's got a lightweight crank. It's literally just begging for boost. It wants it. So look, we like to think long term, all about the strategy. Who knows, maybe one day we'll be lucky enough to get a supercharger, make a fair bit more power. That is exactly why we bought the performance pack.
Well, at the same time, you bought this, but you built my engine. And what we're going to do to this eventually?
We want to supercharge this as well. So yeah. When we built this motor, you know, we did the oil pump, we did the ACL bearings, we made sure we put good valve springs in it. You know, it's got a slightly upgraded cam. It's not massive, but it is slightly bigger than stock. This motor is about the same as what my SS has, and that's turbo. It's been turbo for 3 years, and you know, it gets driven. It gets driven properly. It's not just babied. So this car is also begging for a supercharger. It wants it. So we specifically built this one for the future of going boost, or if he wanted to, NOS, or you know, or a big cam. But yeah, the cam, what's in it, is literally just for engineering.
You know, that's why I put the 6-speed TR6060 in it. Massive tail shaft. Put a R200 diff into it, but from the diff out, yeah, it's still questionable. Hence why the smaller tires.
Yeah.
But you know, we try to think about the future. I didn't have all the money at the time. I still think it's a pretty good build, and it's been going pretty hard for a while now.
Oh, I agree. If you go over the car for what it owes you, the builds are at a pretty high quality. You've done it all yourself or with mates, so you know what, you know, used with a little bit of improvement here and there. But it's mate, I've seen way worse builds than this. This is probably some pretty top tier stuff, especially for a garage build, you could say. So look, the engine was built at an engine reconditioner, and you know, you're a professional fabricator and all that as well, so we're pretty lucky on that side of things. But it's a clean build. It's nice to drive as well. It's raw. You get a
it's very raw.
It's a driver's car.
Yeah, it's very raw. 30-year-old chassis, BC coilovers,
yeah. You
know, 16-inch wheels with a naturally aspirated V8. It is a raw, very raw car. I built this with a bunch of mates. I was very fortunate in how much help I did get out with. You know, Sean did, saved me thousands, you know, and I returned the favor with building his car. But how much does this owe me? It owes me about 30-ish grand. That includes the car, everything. But that is, I'm a professional fabricator. I was surrounded by very good friends. You're not gonna get any cheaper than that. So if you were to go out and pay someone to build it, who knows? Like, there's a lot of hours in this. But do you want to say how much you paid for this?
Look, I worked very hard for this. You'll pay somewhere between 65 to 75,000 for a performance pack. Yeah, I think for what you pay, it's incredible value.
The handle's freaking bloody great.
Yeah, you know, factory, you pay, these retail for 175 grand in 2012. 30 grand in 2020 when you built this car versus 175 in 2012. So yeah, it'd be a good comparison.
All right, what do you guys think? Is it worth spending $30,000 and countless hours, or do you just put those countless hours and keep saving up for something like this? I don't know.
Yeah.
But there's definitely one thing that these both do have, is bloody great sounding engines and exhaust.
Yeah.
So
but what sounds better? Let us know.
all right, who's gonna start first though?
I'll go first.
All right, Sean will go first, eh? So if you're a car enthusiast, you do understand that cars sound better in person, but I hope this does sound pretty good through the camera. My turn, I guess, eh? All right, so this is fully custom headers, exhaust, like there's nothing stock on it. Anyway, 3.5 inch, 2 little cats, 1 muffler on the back.
One thing I'll say, for an LS1, this sounds actually really good. Sounds better than probably most LS1s I've heard.
I don't know, what do you guys reckon?
That does sound pretty good, eh?
They both sound bloody fantastic, I'm not gonna lie. But at the same time, it's all personal preference. So, what was that?
I'll just say when we blow up, go international, we'll supercharge them both. Why not?
What do you reckon? What's the milestone? 100,000 subs?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah. We like cars, but like, yeah. We got priorities too, we gotta make a living.
One problem with the AMG, you have an AMG price tag, so to supercharge it, it's gonna be pricey.
Yep, BMW, well, yeah, you just pay LS charge, so it's actually not that bad to be honest.
Supercharge it at a good price.
And if you want to see more, make sure you like, subscribe. We're trying to push out, trying to get monetized and go international, eh?
Let's go, let's oge.
Yeah, 100%. See ya.